All right, I need to finish up on the question and answer video I put out last week. I kind of ran long on time, and I want to get to the rest of these. What videotaping devices do I recommend or do I use? I got them actually right here in front of me. The first one I used was I actually got this off of eBay, and it's a JVC. This one I used during my games. I got extra battery life, so those batteries right there last about 4 hours. I got 3 of those, and then I got kids, and then I got on my my cards. I got extra memory on my cards, so. And actually, I just set it up on a tripod, and I use this one. This is the one that I used when I first started doing videos a long time ago, or one of the versions of the ones I used during videos a long time ago, and then I upgraded. These actually got better. eBay guys are pretty cheap. Then I graduated to a Hero GoPro. This is a 3 Plus. That's the first one. I still have this one. The one that I use right now is a GoPro 4 Plus. It's got the screen in the back where you can actually aim it and get everybody in the picture. And that's what I use. GoPro's really good, but you got to use narrow. The one thing I don't like about GoPro doing games is it got a wide view. I hate the wide view. But on the GoPro 4, I can do it where it goes narrow, move it up real close. Another thing too, you want to get the whole body in the frame. You don't want the body to be way out there because nobody can see the trajectory of the ball when it comes off. Now, this is an old iPhone, but the one I'm using right now in my truck that I use on my videos is an iPhone Plus 8, I think 8 or 9 Plus, whatever they have up there. My wife gets them for me. And it's the big wide, and it's not the newer one has the better camera. I'm probably going to get that one next couple of years, hand me down from my wife. Basically, all my iPhones are hand me downs from my wife. But iPhone, any kind of smartphone, this is one I use every once in a while when I'm doing some audio, like when I want to do like a podcast or something like that. I'll push the audio on this one, and then I'll use this. But guys, if you have this, this is a good one too. And it's got a great camera on it. And one thing I will advise, and I don't even have a rag in here. I'll use one of my mask anyway. What I advise everybody to do when they start, and I see this on videos everywhere, clean the lens off whenever you're going to use it, and the lens in the front, like clean that front lens off whenever you're going to use it on all of your recording devices, even the GoPro. A lot of them have that cover on it. Just clean it up, because if your hand smudges that, even this one too, clean it up, because if your hand gets in there and the oil from your hand smudges that, it makes you can be out there for 2 or 3 hours videotaping, and when you get home and download it, it's like, oh shit. So it's just an easy, simple fix. Just clean it before you use it. And I see a lot of guys out there, and I already know what it is because it looks like a dull finish on it. That's because you didn't clean the lens. Another thing too is, don't use your camera like this. Turn it this way, and make sure when you click it on, you have it running in that angle, and then start doing your videotaping from there. And don't move around. Try to find it. There's holders for this stuff. My iPhone right now is it's got a holder on it, so it actually will sit there and hold it steady. That's the worst thing you want to do when you're putting videos out is somebody walking with it and the ball is hit and they can't pick it up. It's better to pick it up when it's just staying like on a tripod or a holder. Holders are cheap, like $10. Hope that answers your question. I don't even know who this is from. If you're coming up in the bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, game on the line, what bat, any bat, would you want to be swinging? Now, there's 2 ways I can answer this. The bullshit way, and I can tell you what a lot of people out there would say, whatever feels best in your hands. But you guys know how I feel about that one, so I'm not going to say that one. I can sit here and tell you one of my top 5 bats. You go to my website, www.seniorsoftballbatreviews.com, pick one of my top 5, hit it for about 3 months, and that would be the best bat. I'm going to tell you my honest answer. Okay, I'm going to still stick with a bat that I would want to be swinging for 2 to 3 months, and then get out there in a game and hit it like I do now. Like, we're going to start playing, guys, here in I guarantee in May. June, it's gonna start picking up. This is just what I see, not what I heard. It's just what I see, everything that's going on right now. So right at the beginning of May, we're going to start hitting our own bats. We're not going to be doing hardly that many reviews anymore. The reason is, you know, I've got to hit that bat for a while, whichever bat I pick out, because it has changed. And I've got to hit it for a while. So I'm still going to stick with that. Any bat, the bat that I'm telling you right now, actually I'm going to give you two choices of bats. And I would hope I would be hitting it for at least right now, at least a month. 2 months would be better. That way I get used to the swinging weight in the bat. The first one is going to be my favorite, Dudley 12-inch 2.0. The light blue one, the royal blue one. My second would be the Dudley 12-inch OG. That would be my top. You said top bat. I threw two in there. Number one is the 2.0 12-inch. Number two is the OG 12-inch on the Dudleys. That's done with that one. This is one. I'm going to end on this one because I'm in 6 minutes already, and I'm going to end in this one. I put a video out the other day, and this is a question that was posted on the YouTube channel. I put a video out the other day, and this has been a discussion between me and Billy and Bubba for the last 6-7 years. I put a video of Billy out the other day. The balls that I've seen him hit, personally seen him hit. He talks about two balls that he's hit. They talk about Bruce Mead, and I'm getting kind of off track here, but they talk about Bruce Mead, the only softball player to hit a ball out of the Astrodome. Well, Billy's the other one. Billy hit a ball out of the Astrodome too. So it's Bruce and Billy that has hit a ball out of the Astrodome. I mean, you know what I mean. They talk about a sign out there, and Bruce Mead and Billy Blake hit it. There was a ball hit in Art Park, Texas, years ago that they still talk about to this day that Billy hit there. And it went a long way, over 500 feet. The balls that I've seen him hit in his prime are the balls. But I was asked this. This is a question that I was asked. And I put that video up. You guys can get on my YouTube channel and find it. Old school guys talk about how far they hit the ball. How do you think today's hitters compare? And I'm going to piss some guys off out there, especially the new kids. And me and Bubba really talks about this thing. And the reason is because there's a lot more video out there, people swinging. And I think, Billy thinks that the invention of the composite bat had started making a lot of people lazy. When your technology gets way ahead, you know, of everything else, you tend to rely too much on technology, and you take away from what you have to do to make your body better, make your swing better. So when the composite bat came along and they were hot, a lot of people didn't have to work at it anymore. They let the bat do the work for them because the bat was hotter. When the young kids coming up, the older guys coming up, this in the 60s and 70s, they had, and I wish some of the young kids right now could swing those bats, the bomb bats from back in the day. You know, they had some of the shittiest bats to swing, and they hit some. I watched them. Mike Masenko was talking about Dick Bartell the other day about whenever he would swing the bat, you can hear the bat hit the back of his back, and it would hit it really hard. I got to get this out of there. I pitched the Dick Bartell back in the 80s. He was getting ready for a tournament, and he came out, and I'd pitch to Billy all the time, so him and Billy would hit. And that guy's swing was freaking. He was tall too, had a lot of leverage whenever he would swing, but his bat made a sound, a whooshing sound when you would. And I looked at that. I bet the walls in that bat had to have been like that thick. I mean, and I don't want to get too long into this and vent about all that stuff. But get back to what he was talking about. The guys back in the day work their ass off to perfect their swing. I think once the composite bats, the composite era came along, nobody had to work anymore. You know, you see guys up there that are 150 pounds, 160 pounds hitting bombs. And so they don't have to work at it. They're not, there's nothing pushing them. They grab a bat, they go out there, they played high school ball, they get out of high school ball, college ball, you know, then they go and start getting their swing ready to play softball because that's where all their boys are playing, you know, beer leagues and shit like that. And it's gotten the technology from the bats nowadays has just made a lot of players soft. They don't have to get out there and hit. You know, I remember pitching to Billy 250 balls on Monday, 250 on Wednesday, 250 on Friday. And he would work at it because he knew the technology in the bats. His body had to be better than that, you know, stronger than hitting the weights. You know, all the big guys back in the day, you know how big they are, right? Here's a prime example. Look at all the old videos of the guys who are athletes. Look how big they were. They were huge. You know, the reason you don't see that nowadays is because the game is sped up a little bit more. And you don't have to work hard at it. You don't have to get out there and muscle up nowadays to hit a ball far. You don't have to hit the weight room to hit a ball far. You can grab any top tier composite bat and you can get out there and just half-ass it. Sorry guys, man, that's just the way it is. You ask me an honest question. This is my opinion too. Well, a lot of guys I hit with opinion. But you can, by watching their swing and watch the old school guys swing, how pretty their swing was. And then you watch nowadays kids. I go out to watch the kids every once in a while, a couple of 3 years ago, and I'm like going on, that's an ugly ass swing, and this kid is hitting it, you know, 350 feet. You didn't have that back in the 70s, back in the 80s. There was that freak that would come by and would do that, you know. The Richard Wilburns, the little guys, you know, Russell Walbacher from San Antonio area. He was another one that was small and could freaking really hit it. But those are like, you remember those guys. Now you look out there and you even, you know, they're like a fucking dime a dozen, you know, when it comes to that. I think it has taken away from guys getting in the gym because the bat does most of the work for them. I mean, that's just it. There's no, get back to what you're fucking saying. Are asking. There's no fucking comparison. You put a composite bat in Mike Masinko's hands, Bill Blake's hands, Crusher, Bruce Meade, you know, Craig Elliott. You know, those are just Dirk Androff, you know. You put a senior bat in their hands. Oh my God. Holy shit. You know, then you'll see some shit. Then you'll see some shit because those guys actually had to work at it. You know, because they had shit bats to swing. The technology wasn't what it is right now. So actually, the composite bat made a lot of guys soft. They don't want to work at it anymore. They get out there and they just hit a couple balls and they're okay to go with it because the bat does all the work for them. Thanks, guys.